Today, for Fiction Friday, I'm doing something a little different, and I want to continue my Screenwriter Focus on Rian Johnson, part 2 of 5, to talk about the film Brothers Bloom. I guess The Brothers Bloom. The film stars Rachel Weisz, Adrien Brody, and Mark Ruffalo. That is a huge upgrade in star power from Rian Johnson's first film, Brick, which did have Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but other than that, not a lot of actors who were well known at the time that the film was made. This movie stands out to me not only as Rian Johnson's second film, and thus something to take a look at how he evolves as a screenwriter, but also as a rare work that is examining the existential nature of reality. And by that I mean really truly, Rian Johnson as a screenwriter and director will have you questioning what is real and what is not real by the end of this movie. Because the main two characters, the Brothers Bloom, are brothers who have spent their life pulling cons. They are con artists, they are rogues, they do magician type tricks, so they're very skilled with their hands, but they also enjoy creating these false realities, these little stories that they use to con people, to work people into situations so they can take advantage of them, steal their money, or steal valuable items from them, that sort of thing. And so these brothers are really interesting characters. So Stephen is a very emotional character, and so is his brother. But it seems to be that Stephen is pulling a con within a con as the story unfolds, because he's asked his brother, who really doesn't want to do these kind of cons or heists anymore, to come back for one last con, one last big deal to pull off, because there's this very wealthy woman with a whole lot of money that he wants to steal from. And her name as a character is Penelope. That's who Rachel Weisz is playing. She's an eccentric heiress, and I laughed so much while watching this movie because the heiress character has a lot of quirks and she's a lot of fun. She often will do the complete opposite of what you would expect for a person to do. There are also some fun appearances in the film, such as the actor who plays Hagrid in the Harry Potter films, who I know was also in the Ocean's 11 series of films. He shows up as one of the con artist contacts that they deal with at some point in it. But you know when you're watching it that there's a con going on, and you sense that there's a con within the con, but you're not sure the depths and the layers of these reality creating stories or cons that are happening. And it's not just you as a viewer questioning that, it's also Stephen's brother, the other brother Bloom, played by Adrien Brody, who's questioning it as they get more and more involved in the hijinks and the crazy things that happen. There were times that I felt bad for his character. There were also times that I felt bad for Penelope, who it seemed like they were taking advantage of as she was developing romantic feelings for him, but he was also developing romantic feelings for her. So you end up with that complication of the whole con artist who falls in love with the victim of the con, while you've got her falling in love with him, as they seem to become friends very quickly, and then more than friends. There's a lot to it. And I will say that overall, it was a fun film, but I have to say it was a weird film. And I like to use the word weird in a good way. Like I enjoy strange, weird works of literature and film, but I feel like Rian Johnson made this such a strange story with so much existential questioning that was probably off-putting to mainstream audiences. That this was not as successful as it could have been because there was so much that was left as a question mark and that people would be unsure of when they were watching it. So I would say the first film by Rian Johnson, Brick, was a definite success. It was an indie film with a low budget that they pulled off. To me, a miraculous success as a film. This film, he's got the budget, he's got the actors, and so to me it ends up coming across somewhat as a failure. I feel like the film could have been more. It's interesting to watch, but it doesn't feel like it accomplished everything that it was setting out to do. That's it for part 2 of our focus on Rian Johnson. Part 3 will be about Looper. Part 4 will be about Star Wars Episode 8. And Part 5 will be about Knives Out. Every day is a good day for book talk or film talk.